Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts and Vincent Limited.
Courts Back to School BOGO is here for a limited time, Thursday 25th to Saturday 27th August. Buy one item and get a second item at up to 50% off. And with ready finance, you can shop today with no cash. It's BOGO! Buy one, get one up to 50% off for 3 days only, Thursday 25th to Saturday 27th August. Only at Quartz. Conditions apply. See in-store for details. Quartz, bringing value home.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts and Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene. While discussing the establishment of food terminal markets throughout the country, Minister of Agriculture Suboto Caesar disclosed that a weekly market for $20,000 worth of dasheen has been secured. Minister Caesar was at the time speaking on Star Radio, where he said this market for dasheen is in addition to moves made by traffickers prior. We hear more from the Agriculture Minister.
Because the local food terminal markets are tied to food terminal markets regionally and internationally. And we witnessed where approximately 20 farmers were able to sell their produce to the facility, and it was exported, and the farmers have been paid, and they received just under $20,000 for that first shipment. It was a trial, and there is a request for a shipment on a weekly basis. So for the farmers in Mariaco and the surrounding areas, we have secured a market for $20,000 worth of dasheen weekly. And this is in addition to all that the traffickers have been doing and they continue to do on a weekly basis.
That was the Minister of Agriculture, Suboto Caesar. Minister Caesar also disclosed that on Tuesday, approximately 60 farmers had been paid just under $80,000 at the food terminal market in that area. He also expressed that he was happy to see that the area representative was present and interacting with the farmers and providing encouragement. Approximately 60 teachers have reapplied for employment, according to Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves while speaking on radio earlier today. Prime Minister Gonsalves also spoke of the first formal counteroffer made by the teachers regarding the conditions that unvaccinated teachers would have to satisfy. One of the points of that counteroffer being that the teachers not be required to test for COVID-19. We hear more from the Prime Minister.
We have a number about 60 or thereabouts, I'm told. I don't know the precise numbers of yesterday, who have applied to come back into the service. Some have taken the vaccine actually, and some were prepared to take the test now, as advised by the Chief Medical Officer. But there's a common form letter which I've seen where several individuals have sent to the Chief Personnel Officer. I saw them yesterday. They were dated the 23rd, but they were dated Monday. This is the first time there's any formal correspondence to the government, as far as I'm aware. Each of these letters sent in other words, individuals were involved, and I suspect those were involved in the case against the government.
The Prime Minister then proceeded to speak more on the counteroffer made by the teachers.
They make a counteroffer. What is the counteroffer? That there must be no requirement for testing, no wearing of masks by the teachers for unvaccinated. Those are two of the points. They want to have it in writing, what I have said in public, that they would be put at the same point in the scale when they are employed as they were before, when they chose to abandon their jobs by not complying with the requirement to take the vaccine under the law. I have said that will be at the same point. Save and except, clearly, Johnny P. If a post is not available, let's say, for instance, a person was a principal in a primary school and you fill that post already. You can't have two principals in the same school. So that person will have to go to the next best job.
That was the Prime Minister, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. The teachers in their formal correspondence to the government also asked that they be reinstated and be given their salaries and compensation for the months they have been out of work. Still on the local scene, Commissioner of Police Colin John has issued a reminder that officers within the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, the RSVGPF, should be assertive, not aggressive, when dealing with members of the public. Commissioner John was speaking at the 40th passing out parade of new police recruits. The Commissioner of Police also urged officers to be respectful during their interactions with the public. We hear more from Commissioner John.
As police officers, we have to be assertive, yet not aggressive. You have to know your job. If you know your job, then you would not have to quake or cower when someone says, well, I'm going to call my lawyer. Oftentimes when you tell me I'm going to call a lawyer, I say, well, you can call 10 because I know that I'm on the right footing and I know regardless of who they call, it's not going to change anything. So you have to learn your job and you have to know what you're about. You also have to be respectful to persons. The citizens, they are paying you and you have to, at all times, deliver a professional product to the public.
And John speaking at the 40th passing out parade of new police recruits. The batch of recruits for the 40th passing out parade is the largest to date by far, according to Commissioner John, with a total of 113 recruits taking the oath of office as police officers. On to news in the region. InvestTT said it was able to promote its services in investor relations to various businesses at the recently concluded Agri-Investment Forum and Expo 2 2022 from August 19th to 22. In a statement, InvestTT said it participated with a physical presence over the 3 days of the expo and collaborated with Expo TT to facilitate pre-scheduled matchmaking business meetings between entrepreneurs and investors seeking in agribusiness opportunities. InvestTT's president, Sekou Aline, said the expo provided the potential for development. The Agri-Investment Forum and Expo emphasized the vast potential for the development of a sustainable local agro-processing and agriculture industry, with the added scope for foreign revenue generation. He added that the support of the right investment and facilitation, local small and medium enterprises can secure a path to upscaling their production and export capacity, as well as provide more employment opportunities. Both objectives are goals that fall under InvestTT's mandate as a state agency. Guyanese health authorities on Tuesday said they do not believe Guyana will experience an outbreak of monkeypox after the first case was recorded 24 hours earlier. Monkeypox is a relatively rare. We only have one case now in Guyana. The patient is very stable, and in the next 14 days, the patient should be discharged once everything goes well. So we don't expect a lot of cases, Guyana's Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony told the Daily News Conference. The 57-year-old man from Region 4 who contracted the virus is currently isolated at the Infectious Diseases Hospital Lelandau, Greater Georgetown. Dr. Anthony said several people who were recently in contact with the patient have since been placed in quarantine for monitoring. Guyana's health minister told reporters that health authorities are already on the lookout for persons who may become infected with both the monkeypox virus and COVID-19. On the international scene, the U.S. says it has carried out airstrikes on facilities in eastern Syria used by groups affiliated with Iran's Islamic Revolution Guard Corps (IRGC). 9 ammunition and storage bunkers in Deir al-Zor province were hit early on Wednesday, U.S. military officials said. Activists said 6 guards were killed while Iran denied links to the targets. U.S. President Joe Biden ordered the strikes to defend and protect U.S. forces in Syria following several attacks on them blamed on Iran-backed groups. On August 15th, 2 drones attacked the Al-Tanf garrison in the southern desert and rockets landed near the Green Village base in Deir al-Zor. Neither attack caused any casualties. About U.S. 1,000 troops operate out of the bases along with allied local fighters as part of the U.S.-led global coalition against the jihadist group Islamic State, IS. And finally, in sports, England has made one change to their team for the second test against South Africa, with Ollie Robinson replacing Matthew Potts. Sussex pace bowler Robinson last played for England in the final test of the Ashes series against Australia in January. South Africa beat England by an innings and 12 runs inside 3 days at the Lords in the first test. The second test starts at Manchester's Old Trafford ground on Thursday. England's team that is to face South Africa is as follows: Zach Crawley, Alex Lees, Ollie Pope, Joe Root, Johnny Bairstow, Ben Stokes, Ben Fowlkes, Stuart Broad, Jack Leach, Ollie Robinson, and James Anderson. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 p.m. for WEFM's 3 p.m. news. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Quartz St. Vincent Limited.
Quartz Back to School BOGO is here for a limited time, Thursday 25th to Saturday 27th August. Buy one item and get a second item at up to 50% off. And with ready finance, you can shop today with no cash. It's BOGO! Buy one, get one up to 50% off for 3 days only, Thursday 25th to Saturday 27th August. Only at Quartz. Conditions apply. See in-store for details. Quartz, bringing value home.
99.9, the heart and soul